Hi, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Callie.
And this is the Book Common Room podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Book Common Room podcast. It's the new year.
It's 2026.
What the heck?
What the heck?
That's crazy. Time is flying by, you guys. Well, maybe for some people it doesn't feel like that, but
It's flying by for me.
yeah, same. I'm like, wow, 2026? I feel like COVID, like 2020. That was like our college years, and I'm like, that
was
feels
6 years
forever
ago.
Yeah.
2016 was 10 years ago.
Oh boy. We graduated.
2017.
Whoa.
Isn't that horrible? We were
That's
juniors in high
crazy.
school
We're
10
old.
years ago.
We're old.
Jeez.
Jeez.
I like thinking about it.
Well, hey, it's okay. I feel like this phase of life is really fun, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't go back.
No.
No. But anyways.
I'd go back to 2017. I would not go back to 2016.
Yes. Agreed. I'd go back to 2017 for very specific parts.
Yeah.
Yes. It was just a nice time when we could just eat our parents' food
Mm-hmm.
and not feel guilty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't feel guilty now. I'm sure your parents and my parents love it when we're over. But...
I eat their food all the time.
Oh, yes. But welcome to our non-spoiler episode. Back to our normal cadence.
Yes.
We packed a lot in that Narnia episode. I look back and I'm like, wow.
And I was looking at it and I'm like, oh man, you can kind of tell I was really rushing it. I'm like, just slow down. It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, it's not too. Maybe it's more noticeable to us, but
Probably.
anyways, so back to our normal rhythm. We're going to be talking about Tress as Emerald Sea today,
And I'm so excited. I love this book.
I do too. But before we get into that, what have you been consuming lately? Books, media, music, all the things.
Okay, so I have been consuming a lot of things over like the Christmas break.
Yeah.
I consumed a lot.
Mm.
So my
Me too,
highlights
in every way, chocolate included.
Yes, exactly. My highlights were I played. Have you heard of Claire Obscure
Yes.
Expedition 33? I played that.
Oh,
Was so good.
nice.
If you like stories or like how stories are made, you'll really like it. I got about halfway through the video game and I was like, this seems just like a video game where you've got the main character and they're going to save the world.
Yeah.
I'm like, basic. And then there's a twist, which I can't say because spoilers. And I was like, whoa.
Yes.
There's a reason this game won all of the awards.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Man.
So that was really awesome. And then I read Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid at the end of last year. So at the end of December.
Mhm.
Girl, you gotta read it.
Really?
It's so
Okay.
good. I cried so hard. But it's about this lady who she is an astronaut. And it kind of time jumps a little bit. It's like you go back in time to see like why she wants to be an astronaut.
Mhm.
And then she becomes an astronaut and then you kind of follow her journey. It takes place in the 80s. So it's like she's supposed to be like one of the first women who like went to space.
Uh-huh.
It's all a fake story, but it's based on a lot of true things. And it was just about like what it means to be alive on Earth.
Oh,
And I loved it.
I feel like those books always get me.
Yes.
Well, shout out to Femme Films. They asked us for like some books we're excited for in the new year.
Mm-hmm.
And Kate, I was like looking at the books we chose, and we're like, we like to suffer when we read.
We do.
like I feel like I really do enjoy. Okay, I do enjoy escaping into books a lot.
Mhm.
And usually when I'm in a reading slump, I need a book to escape into.
Yeah.
But most of the time, the books that have moved me, that have stuck with me, that I think about for a long time, are the ones that have made me suffer.
Yep.
Because they've made me either reconcile myself with reality or like, I don't know, just kind of get a dose of reality from someone else's perspective. I don't know.
I agree.
And it always is moving because it's usually made me cry. Like I think of The Man Called Ove.
So good.
Or some of the books that I'm excited to read this year. I really, really want to read The Year of Magical Thinking by Joan Didion.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm going to suffer reading that because it's about her grappling with grief after the death of her husband, unexpected death of her husband, and while her daughter is like in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh my goodness, that's going to wreck me. But I want to be wrecked.
Yes.
I guess. So that's awesome. So
Yeah.
Atmosphere, Taylor Jenkins Reid.
And then I've read actually randomly a lot within the past like 3 days.
Way to go.
And they've been like okay, but I started Crime and Punishment and I'm about like 200 pages in.
Nice.
It's interesting. I'm really liking it, but it's hard. I don't know how to say his first name, by Dostoevsky.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to read, what is it? The Brother
Karamazov?
Yeah, I want to read that one, but I heard if you want to read that, you should start with Crime and Punishment.
Oh.
Because a lot of themes in Crime and Punishment like bleed into that one.
Oh.
Like you're not going to like spoil anything or like miss anything from Crime and Punishment, but it's like an easier way to get into it. But you could do whatever. Okay. That's just like the recommendation that I heard from people online.
I'll have to try that. I'll have to try.
I'm like 200 pages in Crime and Punishment, and it's just like the era of literature where there's a lot of like thinking, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the main character will sit for 10 pages and just like reflect, which is good. But sometimes I'm like, okay, I read 5 pages. Can I be done now?
I know. It's like exercise for your brain.
Yeah, it is, which is good. So like I'm reading that within like other stuff.
I like that. Yes. I liked the post I posted the other day. I don't know how many of you guys liked it, but I thought it was so funny. It was
funny.
Like after reading like Sylvia Plath and like Dostoevsky and Kafka, it's like what were like the interview questions? But it was like,
I don't remember.
It was like, what would you hope to be remembered? Like, how would you like to be remembered? And he's like, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Or like it's just like all these depressing answers, but they're kind of true.
Yeah.
It's funny. Well, that's awesome.
That was me. What about you?
Okay, what have I been consuming lately? I've been really proud that I was able to finish Tress of the Emerald Sea.
Oh, yeah.
I was able to read that. That's what I've been reading. And honestly, it's been really fun because I've been reading it out loud to my child since they were born. And so, like, listening to it with them, it was like, we finished our first, like, big kid book together. Mm-hmm. So that was really good. Other books I've read include Beatrix Potter's little kid books. I'm counting.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe not my Goodreads, but I've been reading. We read that a lot. What's another thing I've been consuming? We watched the show Pluribus. Have you
never heard of it? No.
What? Okay, you need to watch it.
Okay, what's it called?
That's a show. I think you're gonna like the main character, but everybody else, for the most part, hates her.
Ooh, I love that
because she's grumpy.
Yes,
she's grumpy. So it's Pluribus. It's on Apple TV, and the premise is an apocalypse, but it's a really interesting approach to the apocalypse.
Okay.
So the first episode feels really scary, but it's not. It's not a scary show, really. The concept is more scary than like the actual. Yeah. I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
Coming about of the apocalypse. So it was interesting. I thought it was really brilliant and enjoyable. So we watched Pluribus, and now we're watching the new season of Fallout.
Okay.
Have you heard of that?
No.
That's a video game. Fallout is a video game.
I was about to say, I feel like I have heard of it, but not the TV show.
Yes. So Fallout is a video game. I can't play it. It's too intense for me. It's also apocalyptic world, but it's really fun because you like walk around and you can put on like your music, and it's all super vintage music. It's very old-timey. But it's kind of like the apocalypse, and there's all these different factions of people who want to have control. Resources, the world, whatever.
Yeah.
So we are in the second season. I didn't really watch the first season very closely, but Gray wanted to watch the second season, and I didn't want to have to watch all the first season to watch the second season. So we just watched the recap.
I like it,
and I love it.
I like
it. Great. Very violent, super violent.
Yeah.
Like, you're okay watching heads explode. Like, that's kind of the level of this show. But it's also so funny. I'm like, what is this generation?
What have we become?
What have we become? Like, we're kind of dark a little bit. So I've been watching that. And yeah, just trying to stay on top of our book club readings. But I do, like, now that I have, like, books that I'm, like, specifically have written out, why I'm excited to read them, I feel a little bit more motivated to, like,
I like this.
Start these. So
yes.
I'm excited. Anyways, that's about it for me.
I like it. There's a lot of good stuff out there.
Little kid books and shows.
Have you heard of the account? So it's mom chats and dad chats. It's these parents online. They don't do like family vlog stuff, but they talk about like being parents. I like them because they don't show their kids.
Oh, yeah.
Or like even really share their names or anything.
Yeah,
It's just kind of like my toddler said this week and it was really funny. And but the dad was like, I read 2,000 books, and he pulls out these kids' books, and one of them, and I just thought that was the funniest thing ever. He wanted to hop on the trend. He's a lawyer and is like super busy and like has no time to like read novels. But he's like, here's all the kids' books I read, and this is why my kids like them.
I love that. This is what
It
they
was cute.
rated them.
Yep.
I love that so much. Honestly, but reading for kids is so good and so important.
This is true.
Like, I truly have been kind of shocked by how kids, I mean, I remember being 12 and like struggling with words still.
Yeah.
Like, but I've met a lot of older kids that really have a hard time reading.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me really sad. And I don't know if it's because of phones, technology, probably, but it
Probably
just
a combo.
makes me a little sad. I'm like, oh no, we need to bring back reading, you guys. Anyways,
Yes.
wow. Anyways,
Anyways.
that's our all. We have like a good 15-minute of ramble.
Yes. I feel like when we first started the podcast, we didn't really ramble very much. And I always kind of wanted us to, because I like it when podcasts do that.
I sometimes do, and sometimes I'm like, this
All
has
right,
gone
come
for
on,
too
let's
long.
go.
Yeah. But, anyways, there's our ramble sesh.
Yes.
And let's get into who is Brandon Sanderson. You guys, this guy is so popular. He's so. And
I'm a
when
little
you say
scared.
when you say his name, there's very mixed feelings in the room. Like,
Yes.
people are like, "Oh, Brandon Sanderson."
Well,
Other people are like, "Oh yeah, Brandon Sanderson." I don't know.
He's popular. I feel like that just happens with anyone that's super popular.
Yeah.
Is people will just hate just to hate.
Yeah.
But people get very passionate.
People do get very passionate, and so
And doing research on him was a little hard since he is alive. I
Yes.
always feel a little bad researching authors like this that are still alive.
yeah.
Part of it's like, I don't really need to be knowing this about you. I don't know. If they're dead, I'm like, yes, give me the tea.
Yeah, like, let me find out about this. But anyways, so let's talk about who he is as an author, kind of his impact within the reading world, writing world too. And then we'll get into the book a little bit. But anyways, do you want to take us away with the author?
Yeah, so Brandon Sanderson, he was born December 19th, 1975. So when I was reading on Wikipedia, it said in there that he was slow to start reading. So like he didn't read a ton in elementary school. And as a kid, he didn't love to read. I honestly couldn't find anything to like corroborate this.
Interesting.
So if we want to take Wikipedia for its word, it basically was saying that he fell in love with reading like late middle school, early high school. But he like immediately started writing. Like he started reading, loved it, and then just started writing stories. He did say that in a couple podcasts where he was just the nerd that would like write books, but was kind of embarrassed about it, so he'd hide it under his bed so no one would find it.
Yes, we talked about this.
We have talked about that before, and I thought that was hilarious. So he's been writing for a long time, which is awesome. And then, yes, in 2000, he graduated from Brigham Young University.
That's when we were born. That's crazy.
I know. In English literature. And then he got his MA in creative writing in 2004. I would say Sanderson embodies the why are you writing like you're running out of time?
Why do you write like you're running out of time? Yeah.
Because he literally since 2000, he was writing stories before 2005. But 2005 is when he was first published. And then since then, he hasn't just stopped. Like, he's constantly writing and constantly publishing. And as of right now, he's published over 71 books.
Oof.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
From 2005.
He whips these out like no author I've known.
I know. And it's not like, I feel like all of his stuff, too, holds.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he's been on the New York Times bestseller list 15 separate times, which is crazy.
He's got a lot of money.
He does have a lot of money.
I wonder what his net worth is.
I don't know. I will get into money, though. I'll just skip to that right now.
Yeah.
So to kind of jump ahead a little bit, I'll go back. But he more recently, as of 2020, he has started using Kickstarter. Have you heard of Kickstarter
Yes.
before?
Yes.
Anyone who doesn't know, long story short, it's basically this website where people can crowdfund, like to start projects, usually books or like special editions of books. And it's like, we need to reach $100,000 to make this book. So then you like basically donate money or like pledge to it. I've done it once. It's a little bit risky because if whoever is trying to crowdfund it, they don't get the money, you don't get your money back. The person just kind of takes it. Anyways, Brandon Sanderson started doing that for his leather-bound 10th edition of The Way of Kings, and it generated $6.7 million just on Kickstarter. And then more recently in 2022, he raised $41.7 million for his 4 secret works, which Tress is one of them.
I was about to say,
But
yeah,
that's
Tress of the Emerald Sea is one of the 4.
Like Kickstarter, it's not like some massive company is donating that. No, it's just like fans.
People.
People like donating their money for him to like do this stuff.
I feel like he's changed the landscape for writers a lot.
Yeah. With
like how he approaches funding. It's just,
it's crazy. And then just like he's also just been nominated and won various awards over the years. He's come out and said his most like proud one is he won the Hugo Award for The Emperor's Soul in 2013.
Never read that.
Neither have I. I think it's a novella. I think it's shorter.
Okay.
So I should just do it.
Yeah.
Anyways, going back in time. So he graduates he gets his MA in creative writing. And then he eventually goes back to BYU. And once a year, he teaches a class on creative writing. He has them on his YouTube page if you want to go and watch them. They're actually really good. I watched a couple.
They are super good.
And I would say a lot of people, when you just like look to how they learned about Brandon Sanderson, it's usually his Wheel of Time series by
Robert Jordan.
After he died, his wife basically asked Brandon Sanderson to finish the series for him.
Robert Jordan's wife asked Brandon Sanderson?
Yeah.
What? I didn't know it came about that way. That's crazy.
Yeah, because she was thinking that like she thought that he wrote very similar to how do you say his name?
Robert Jordan.
Robert Jordan. So he finished it. But I would say though, a lot of people, he's most known for the Mistborn series. If you don't know him for Wheel of Time, which I didn't, most people know him for Mistborn, which was like the first series that he published. And publishing companies were like, oh, he can write a book well, and people will buy it. Yeah. So I trust you.
Yeah.
Okay. In 2012, he founded his company, Dragonsteel Entertainment, which he uses to publish his own books, but he also sells like other various Brandon Sanderson merchandise.
Yeah.
And then that's also where he houses like his employees, where they help him with like various projects and stuff. So he is.
You should work for Brandon Sanderson.
That'd be fun.
Dream job unlocked.
I actually would have fun. I have only really read Tress and the first 2 Mistborn books, but I think that would be tons of fun. I'll start reading more stuff.
Yeah.
And then within the fantasy world, I would say his like big thing is his Cosmere world.
Yes.
Which Tress of the Emerald Sea is in.
Yes.
If you don't know what the Cosmere is, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
You can still read Tress and like not miss anything.
You can read basically I gotta stop doing that. You can basically read all of his stuff and not need to know how they're intertwined.
Yeah, he basically was just like, all of these series that I wrote, like Mistborn, like everything is just in like one world. Yeah. Which I think is pretty cool, but it's okay if you don't know it. He estimated that by the time he's done writing in this world, there'll be up to 40 books. So if you want to dedicate it,
you could get some red string, get a map, and you can just map it all out.
Because there is a character in Tress, Hoyd, who's who's technically in other series.
He just has a different name.
He has a different name, and I didn't know that the first time I read it. I felt like I didn't really miss anything.
Yeah,
but it is fun for readers who've like read stuff and it's like, wait, I know who this is.
Well, and
so it's cool.
Yeah, well, it's just so interesting that he had Hoyd narrate Tress.
Oh yeah, and he's hilarious.
Oh, he's so funny.
So
yeah, Kate, I probably will mention this in our spoiler one. It's not a spoiler.
Yeah,
but this is the book that made me relearn to love Brandon Sanderson.
Same, yeah,
because I read the Stormlight Archive. And I read The Way of Kings, which was amazing. Like, it made me
Yeah.
cry. So good. Lost interest halfway through that series. His characters were just, it was too saturated with a bunch of characters I didn't really care about.
Yeah.
Because the magic was so prominent. Tress, I feel like the magic is there, but I was really interested in the characters.
Yeah.
It was like he refreshed his like
You just
kind of
had
brand.
fun.
Yeah, his like branding felt different
Mhm.
in Tress because it felt so character driven, which is what I like.
Yes.
So people that like that, and people that are like Brandon Sanderson, like he has to write all these series to make it make sense. No, this is a standalone. Perfect. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Did
you
a
could
great
read
job.
this, read nothing else.
He paced it so well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, but back to you on the magic system and all that Cosmere business, because the Cosmere's, yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I did all of that research, right? That probably took me about 20 minutes to find all this information. And then I learned that Sanderson has coined his 3 laws of magic. And then that was the rabbit hole I went down.
You're
and
like,
2 hours later, I was like, oh, okay.
Here we are.
I actually think it's really cool because I feel like this specifically changed a lot in the fantasy world, how people write magic. Because his 3 laws of magic, which he always prefaces, which I think is funny he does this, is he calls it the Brandon Sanderson's laws of magic because it's his own laws, like for himself. Like when he's writing, he follows these laws, but it's more of like advice for like other writers. I just think it's funny he always had to say that.
Yeah.
So basically, his main thesis is that while characters drive every story told, it's the magic system in fantasy that makes it unique as a genre. And so he feels like it's very important to take time to like flesh out what kind of magic system you want and how you want to utilize it. So, let's see here. His first law. Are we good just to jump into it?
Yep.
Are you guys ready?
Let's dive into this.
Okay, I hope you find this interesting because I find it interesting.
Yeah.
So his first law of magic is an author's ability to solve conflict with magic is directly proportional to how well the reader understands said magic. So basically, is the magic more of like a backdrop to your characters, or is the magic a character in your stories? He coins it as soft magic versus hard magic, which if you're already in the fantasy world,
You kind of know
he's
about
not,
this.
yeah, he's not like the one that like made this up, but he coined it. He's the one that made it popular. So like soft magic would be like Lord of the Rings. Like we never fully understand Gandalf's magic and like how it works, what he can do.
It's kind of mystical. There's
It's
something
mystical.
There's like wonder about it. You don't really know how it. There aren't like
how it
rules.
works.
Yeah.
Well, there are probably rules, but the reader doesn't know them.
Yeah.
But that has like its perks, because if you do it that way, like Tolkien preserves a sense of wonder, and then it also kind of allows him to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Because like Gandalf, it also makes his world big. Like Gandalf seems like such a huge character because we don't fully understand his magic.
Like he survived the Balrog. We
Yeah,
didn't know he could do that.
How? We don't know.
How did he do that?
He's Gandalf.
Yeah.
So it's not like a bad way to do it at all. It has like its own positives. And then I would even say like Star Wars probably falls under this too.
Yeah.
Like I would say
the Force is kind of like this.
There are rules, but like what really are they?
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
I put down Harry Potter is also soft magic, but Sanderson argues that it's actually somewhere in the middle, because like each spell has pretty specific rules, but the magic system as a whole is pretty soft.
I would agree. As a whole, it's pretty soft, because it does have like that wonder that like she can do whatever she wants kind of with it. But it is like a prominent character in the story too. I would say.
Yes.
Like it feels like it's a character in this story.
I agree. And then like I also added like Avatar sort of Kaigen. Like I would also say they're somewhere in the middle, but like there are rules, but you could do whatever you want, really. Like they later in Avatar they introduce like blood bending and stuff like that, but blood has water, but it also has metals. Like why can't earthbenders do it if they can metal bend? You know what I mean? Yeah,
you have a lot of heavy metals in you. So you know what I mean? Like I feel like that's a big thing right now. Like people are doing like detoxes of heavy metals.
I like it.
Sorry. Okay, that was really
I
dumb.
love it. And then hard magic, kind of what we said before, is when it becomes a character It's got very specific rules and boundaries, which make it seem more tangible. So he argues that like superheroes usually fall under this. Like if you look at Spider-Man, just is like OG Spider-Man when Spider-Man was originally created, he shoots webs from his wrists. He can climb on walls, and he's got his spidey senses things, and he's super strong.
Yeah.
And like that's the limit.
Yep.
And that's where it stops. So then like the author just has to figure out how to use that to make his superpowers. As you go on, all of the like comic book people are going to be like, well, actually, listen, as you go on, it gets looser, but
for what it was,
for these
the
purposes,
yeah.
For Tress, we've got the spores. If you guys haven't already started reading it, it's basically like the magic of this book are these spores. If they get wet, different things happen.
That's how you say it, right? The AETHER is
That's
like
how I was saying it.
The realm of like what spores are, and
yeah. And it's got like spores do very specific things, and Tress has to figure out how to like use that very specific scientific stuff for magic. Yes. Let's see here. Is that all I want to say for that? Yes.
I love it.
Okay.
That's great. I think that's his first law, basically.
That's his first law. He's got 2 more. Let me know if this gets bored. So his second law, this one's my favorite, is limitations are greater than powers. Characters are like more meaningful when you focus on their weaknesses versus their powers. So like he uses Superman. I actually really like this. Superman, if you ask someone like, oh, why is Superman great? They could say like, oh, he's super strong, or he can fly, or he can shoot lasers from his eyes. But if you think about it, tons of superheroes can do that. Like, and they could probably do it better than Superman does. But Superman's cool because of his weaknesses. So like when you talk about his code of ethics or his weakness to kryptonite, that leads into his like figuring out how he was raised, who he is, where his family was from, why he makes certain decisions. Like the new Superman movie, I feel like is a great example of this.
Yeah.
Because Superman has always been kind of boring to me. He was never my favorite superhero, but this newest movie was so good.
Yeah.
But I think it's because they focused on his weaknesses.
Yeah.
And his limitations.
He needs his friends.
Yeah. So like that is more compelling to read. And it's, for writers, it's easier because it automatically sets up tension. And conflict if you do that,
which is what makes the story interesting.
Exactly. like figuring out how Superman gets his powers is kind of cool with like the like sun and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, what we really care about is like who he is.
Yeah.
Or Frodo, I think is another great example of this.
I love this note that you
made.
Yes.
Like Frodo, he is such a good main character because he's the weak one. Of the story. He's not Gandalf, he's not Aragorn. But he's still the one that saved the world.
He is
because of his weaknesses. Or his strengths, you could see. But
and I mean, like Sam was there.
Yeah.
But Frodo was the ring bearer.
Yeah. He's the one that had to do
Sam
all
wasn't
of
carrying the ring.
Yeah.
And so I like that. I like how the things that people don't like about him are usually the things that make him such a powerful main character.
I know tons of people are like, oh, he's so annoying and he's so weak. Like, why do I have to read from him? And I'm like, but that's what makes him great.
Yeah, and
also, that's what
like,
makes the story compelling.
Exactly. Why do you think Tolkien chose a hobbit as the main character? But also, I think people tap into the movie a lot. But I think the movie portrayal, though Frodo is different, also is still such a great character.
Oh, yeah. I totally agree. Agree.
Awesome. So that was the second law.
The second law. So then his third law is to expand what you already have before you add something new. So in his essay, and we'll link all of these essays I got this from in the description, but he says, expand, don't add. It's okay to go big. It's okay to go epic, but be sure to go deep as well. And I loved this. I feel like in fantasy, it's really easy to get sucked into the world building as a writer. And so you'll spend years developing this massive world. And then you'll go and you'll sit down and you'll write it. And then what does he call it? A world builder's disease. Like, there's too much world building.
Yes.
And the characters then kind of get lost. The plot gets lost. And the world building's like the forefront.
Yep.
But really, readers usually don't care about that. Like, you will get people who do enjoy it. But it's not as compelling as reading about Frodo.
Yeah.
And, like, his journey.
Yeah.
You've got some Tolkien fans who love reading the world, but most people care about where he's going.
Yeah, the journey.
Let's see here.
I'm with that. I really like how he says that. Expand, don't add.
Yeah, expand, don't add. Like, it's okay to be big and go epic, but make sure you go deep.
Mm-hmm.
I think it all really boils down to how well does the reader understand the magic and the world built and the worlds that you've created, and like how far are you willing to go where it's not too much, or do you want it more as a backdrop and just really focus on your characters? And I think this is something that like tons of fantasy authors are really like taking in and like doing now, which is super cool.
Because because I feel like there are just so many cool characters people are writing. I love Tress.
I love
Tress so much. And so having other characters that, not that they're like Tress, but they're just more at the forefront, and like, I don't know. Character-driven stories are the best.
They are.
I love world building. I do. But I do think having good real like you really do need to read Wheel of Time.
I know.
Even if you don't read the rest of the series, I feel like you need to try Wheel of Time. Yeah. It is so moving. I just love like the brotherhood that they talk about, and it's so good. But yeah, Brandon Sanderson does a good job with this, and I do think he has changed the landscape for other fantasy writers to be more successful with their audiences. So, I don't know.
I think this is great advice.
I do too.
I think really even outside of fantasy as a genre, I think this is all really good advice to have.
Yeah.
Because even if you're creating a romance novel, you still have to create a world.
Yeah.
Like where are we? When are we? You still have to like establish that.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too, is like, it was interesting. I know some people in my life that their fantasy is not their genre that they read. Like when they read fantasy, it's like another language.
Yeah.
Because they just I didn't notice this, but like there's jargon amongst like fantasy books that people are just like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Or like ways to describe castles or buildings or monsters that people are like, what? But Tress, it's so interesting. He just like name drops stuff that you won't know what the heck that means. Like, like he'll just name, and it's just like to say something funny. And it is amazing and so brilliant because it just makes you more immersed in the world because the character is so like immersed in that world. Like there's something non-existent, but in the story, I don't know. It's just so clever because it's like you don't need to know that, but that's a rule I remember growing up with as like a writer to not do. I was told not to do that.
Oh yeah.
You were like not supposed to have like jargon that the reader didn't really know, but in this book it works because it just deepens the characters in that realm. I don't know.
No, I
thought
totally
it was clever, and I really
clever.
love that.
Yes.
Anyways.
And then for the people who already do know and understand it, it's like, oh, I know what that is. And it's kind of fun.
Yeah. I like it. I don't know. Fantasy is fun I think for the majority, a lot of people like fantasy. But I also know a lot of people in my life that are very different from me and read nonfiction. And I'm like, that is not what I do. I don't do that. I should. That's the goal this year, to branch. But just for the people out there that aren't fantasy readers.
I was honestly looking at my bookshelf, though, after I did this research. And because I was doing all this research about like fantasy and Brandon Sanderson, that I just didn't really put it in here, but I thought it was cool. And I was looking at my bookshelf and I realized I actually don't think I read a lot of fantasy. I thought I did. Really? I totally thought I did. I think I mostly read like literary fiction.
I think so too.
Or like fairy tale stuff, but like I don't read a lot of like fantasy.
I was thinking that
the other day
because like you'll tell me the books you've been reading and they're not usually fantasy.
No, which high school me would have or middle school me would have been like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a realization that I had.
No, I was like, because like you'll post stuff on Goodreads and I'm like, whoa, this is like a genre I don't. I keep it in the story. This is a genre that I don't usually read. I feel like I also haven't like recently. I don't really look up. Oh, what are books coming out or like contemporary things or like I haven't read a lot of newer authors.
Yeah,
I'm kind of stuck in the past a little bit, which is fine.
There's good stuff in the past.
There's good stuff, but then I realized, and I was like looking into books I should look into for this new year. I'm like, whoa, there's so many good books coming out. Like they're not just, I don't know. I've been reading like romantic period capital R books, and I'm like, there's good stuff today.
This is true.
That I need to be reading. Anyways.
I love that.
Yeah. Okay. Do we feel good about that? That was our Brandon Sanderson overview.
Yes.
Okay. Let's just spend a little bit we like to end out this episode talking about what y'all should know about Tress.
Yes.
It is a canon standalone, which we've mentioned, but offers hints of future era technology and provides an in-depth look at ethers, which is like, I think spores collectively, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
Because there's different kinds of spores, because there's different kinds of seeds. And Tress is from like the Emerald Sea or like the Verdant Sea or something like that, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Got to keep it straight because it did take me like 5 months to read this book.
That's okay.
So I've been like, I don't know, like I could probably have used a refresh a little bit. And like we mentioned, is part of the Cosmere, and the narrator is this character who has different names that, like, you could look up memes about Hoyd and like Wit and like all his different names throughout the Cosmere, but he is the narrator and he's hilarious.
I freaking love this man.
This is one of his 4 projects that he had done, or secret projects he had support with through Kickstarter. This is his first like appearance of a dragon in the canon.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
That
really surprises me.
So it's a significant moment for longtime fans of Brandon Sanderson because he actually has a dragon. Not that he just mentions, but like you meet.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Huh.
So that's interesting, and I think might be appealing for longtime fans.
I'm gonna interject just a little bit. So
Yes.
his other 4 secret projects, for people who don't know,
Yes.
over COVID, he basically just wrote these books that he didn't tell anyone about. And then just one day was like, I'm going to publish these now.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. And so that's what the Kickstarter was that we were talking about.
He just needed the funding for it.
Yeah, that needed funded. That got millions of dollars. And this is actually the copy you would have gotten from the fancy book. You can go back and order them. I love Tress so much. I went on the Dragonsteel website and I bought this in a box. Anyways, it came with like other things. It was really cute. I think it's so pretty. And I read a couple of his other, no, that's what I read one other secret project. You mean the Nightmare Painter? I have my own little qualms about it, but it was still like the world was beautiful and the book itself is very pretty. There's one where, hold on, let me look at it. Brandon Sanderson secret projects. Let's see here. So there's the Sunlit Man, which I heard is more for like the Cosmere fans. There's a, like, if you don't understand the Cosmere, that one's a little bit harder to get into. And then there's the Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval. Hold on. It cut off. Sorry. The Frugal's Wizard Handbook for Surviving Medieval England, which I heard is just a hoot and holler.
He's
like, it's just really funny.
He's so funny. I used to think, I judged people a little bit when they would go to Brandon Sanderson writing classes over and over. Like, I was like, I get it. It's like you're a writer and you're wanting to understand fantasy writing, but just like the diehard, like Brandon Sanderson is it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I read this and I was like, man, yeah. Like, if I wanted to learn writing, I would want to learn it from him.
Totally.
He's so clever.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like witty writing is something that's really hard for me to do.
Same.
I'm very scholarly, very academic.
I get really serious.
I do too. And then I'm like, oh, but then when I try to be funny, it feels like such a tone shift in my writing that I'm like, I feel imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And so I want to practice doing it more, doing creative writing more, because I don't know, it's just so enjoyable to read, and it would be kind of fun to be able to write something that other people can enjoy too. But yeah, Brandon Sanderson this book helped me realize, I'm like, yeah, he knows how to write.
Yeah. You may not like his stuff, which is totally fine. Yeah. But, and you may not even like all of his things.
He's a good writer, but objectively.
He objectively knows what he's doing.
Yeah. So yes, it was really good that she interjected. So those were the 4 projects. And like we said, it's just such a successful model that has influenced publishing strategies for the fantasy genre. This book has been praised for its cozy standalone nature, making it an excellent entry point for people getting into Brandon Sanderson. So this is the gateway. Tress is a great place to start.
Yeah, if I were to recommend what to start with, I would say either this or Mistborn.
Yeah. And then I kind of just went cold.
You did
start with the Way of Kings. But it's because it was just circulated so much when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Like you said, almost like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh, this book is so good," and honestly, it was. But it is hard to read if you haven't been like warmed up to it. And then, yeah, I kind of wrote like a little caveat, like if you could sell this to someone that's put off by Sanderson, like it is just a charming book. It's very character driven, which is unique for like a massive world building author.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, it's refreshing. And so if you're starting with this, that's a good place to be.
Some kid just screamed outside.
Yeah. We'll keep it real. I'm not editing that out. But anyways, and then super quick, I thought this was interesting to add inspiration for the story. Some of Tress's attributes, such as her like pragmatic nature and not wanting to impose on people, is inspired by Brandon's wife.
Cute.
Emily. Though Tress is not like completely meant to be like this direct parallel of her, Tress is kind of based off of his wife in that way.
I love
and
that.
I do love Tress so much.
I
like
love
her
Tress.
her like personality is just hilarious to me. And she just gets put in all these situations and like it's just hilarious because she does so well.
Yeah. But she has no idea what she's doing.
She has no idea what she's doing. It's so funny. And then
one of my favorite, sorry to interrupt.
No,
one of
ahead.
my favorite lines from the book, I won't give context because spoilers, but there's a line where Hoyd, he almost like breaks the fourth wall. And he's like, this is what makes Tress stand out as like a main protagonist than other protagonists in other stories, is she stops and she thinks and she reflects like, oh, maybe my previous assumptions are wrong. And you know what? That saves her a lot of heartache. And I thought that was hilarious.
It's so funny
that he added that in. Because I'm like, yeah, she's like very thoughtful and I love it.
And what's funny about that is that could arguably make a character boring.
It could, yeah.
Because she actually thinks through what she does.
She doesn't just like act.
So it's not like, oh, this went to crap. Like there are moments like that in this story where like things are just totally go wrong.
Yeah.
But she's interesting and funny because I don't know. She's not like a super colorful character in that way. She's kind of boring because of it. And I love that.
She gives like Ophelia vibes.
Yes. Of the
Winter's Promise
series by... We always mention her, I feel like.
We do, because I just love her.
We always thought, yeah. And then continuing the inspiration behind this book, her like agency and setting out to rescue like her beloved Charlie, comes from The Princess Bride. If you were reading this and you're like, this gives Princess Bride, that was like the intention. This was a book that was kind of written with the intention of if Buttercup didn't just wait around, but she like went to pursue her love too. So Brandon and his wife Emily, they agreed like Buttercup should have done something more, and so this story is kind of like, what if Buttercup was proactive?
Yeah,
and that's Tress.
Oh, I love her.
So that's kind of our spiel of the book. I hope it encouraged some of you guys to read it, and if Brandon Sanderson isn't like your style, I think you should still try Tress because it's super entertaining and it's only one book. It's low commitment.
Yeah.
Like, so.
And I like, even to be transparent, I read Mistborn, the first 2 books in high school. I've said all this before, but I'll say it again. And then I like got disenchanted a little bit from Sanderson because he like published The Way of Kings. And I was like, oh, I'm just not really interested in that. And then he came out with these 4 secret projects and I was like, oh, like, I'm not really that big of a Sanderson fan. Like, I don't really care. And then he said the thing about Princess Bride for Tress. And I love the Princess Bride.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll try it.
Yeah.
And I did, and I loved it. And I'm like, oh, this isn't like the Sanderson that I feel like I usually, like, I have in my head. And I'm like, this calls to me. It's a fairy tale.
Yeah.
And I love it.
It made me giggle out loud.
Yes. But I will say I have not continued on and read other Sanderson things.
No.
I will do that.
Eventually. Even Brandon Sanderson fans can have a hard time reading Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like all authors are like that. Like, V.E. Schwab. I love V.E. Schwab. But she's got some books that I was like, not my favorite, but I still love her as an author. Yes.
Yeah, but thank you for joining us on this episode, you guys. It was super fun talking about this book because I really love this story and I had never heard of it until Callie like bought it for me.
Yes. I was like, you have to read this.
Like 6 months ago. So we're super excited for you guys to read this, and I'm excited to hear what you guys think about it.
Yeah. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.